Talk to a pilot. Captain Laura Einstetler works for a major U.S. airline, hosts a TV show on aviation, and is our guest tonight. Captain, great to talk to you. First of all, how do you feel about this?
Great to be here. Thank you for having me. And it's absolutely time to allow the mandate to be finished and expire at this point. The major U.S. carriers had asked last month for the government administration to allow it to expire, and here we are today.
Has the burden been on pilots such as yourself, flight attendants, trying to enforce these rules that not everybody was on board with?
It's very difficult because it's very disruptive, and when it takes away from our focus on our primary job, which is to fly the aircraft and to keep everyone safe, the disruption of the distractions actually reduce some of the safety factor. So this will allow that to be in a better situation once again.
You know, it's not surprising that you saw the airlines do what they did today. The airline CEO sent a letter to the White House last month, and it said it makes no sense that people are still required to wear masks on airplanes, yet are allowed to congregate in crowded restaurants, schools, and at sporting events without masks, despite none of these venues having the protective air filtration system that aircrafts do. As a pilot, talk to us about the systems on the plane and discussions you have with passengers and others in your industry about the air quality on planes and some of the concerns with the pandemic.
Well, exactly. So we have these really high quality HEPA air filters, which are in the aircraft. Also the cleaning protocols now. And what they determined at the beginning outside of the pandemic is between the military, Boeing, United, infectious disease experts had all done a study for 8 days on multiple aircraft in different configurations with as if somebody had COVID. And the worst factor was 0.03%. And that is if you have the eyeball vents open and allow the air to flow down from above you down toward your feet and out that way. So with all the protocols in place, it really is safe to fly.
What are you being told from your airline when it comes to the situation now, the optional? And are there concerns from you and others that if some people do choose to wear their masks still on planes and others do not, that you might still be encountering some of the unruly passengers, the confrontations that we've seen over the last year and a half?
Well, I don't think so. At this point, with everybody understanding that this is what has been determined by the government officials and the judges, then that's how we operate by FAA rules and regulations. So now this is what they're saying is safe for everyone. So if somebody has a concern, then they wouldn't travel. And of course, we don't want anyone traveling if you feel like you have symptoms or any of those things. Then if you have to travel, wear your mask, wear eye shields, boost your immune system, and be aware of the things that you are touching.
Do you anticipate, and as we look at 744 incidents this past year, that we will be required to have any new guidelines or any other changes? Or do you think that this is sort of the nail in the coffin, that masks are off for good?
Well, it will definitely help with these type situations. That's what the protection of the protection of the air crew, the abusive act that's being passed right now is that this just will not be tolerated at all. And so if this kind of activity or behavior happens anymore on a flight, those people will no longer be allowed to fly on any aircraft whatsoever.
How has that impacted sort of morale within the airline industry for flight attendants who are really the first ones to encounter these types of interactions? It must take its toll after a while that every time you board a plane, you just hope there's not somebody on there who's going to cause a stink about it.
Well, we have 25,000 flights per day, so it's a very rare occurrence that you see these type of behaviors, but it is just way too much higher than it should be. So we're really hoping that now that things are being cracked down on and the mask mandate is now going away, that this will really help those situations so everyone can fly safely and comfortably to their destinations.
Yep, and it's your option. If you'd like to wear a mask, wear it. If you don't, you will not be told to do so. Captain Einstetler, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much.